The most dangerous person is the one who walks away with no regrets, because they have nothing left to lose and everything left to gain. They never saw it coming, did they? They laughed when you struggled. They doubted you when you tried. And now they're choking on their own arrogance, watching you walk away while their world crumbles. This isn't just an exit, it's a reckoning. They never thought you'd break free. They believed they had you trapped, locked inside their twisted little game. You were their convenience, their safety net, their endless supply of energy. But they never realized the power you held. Because the chosen ones, we don't just leave. We erase our presence so thoroughly, they have to face the cold, bitter truth. Without us, they are nothing. They'll call it dramatic. They'll pretend to be shocked. They'll whisper about how you changed, how you turned cold. You didn't change. You woke up. You realized that staying wasn't loyalty. It was a slow death. And survival means choosing yourself over the ones who only loved you when they could use you. Here's the ugly truth. Most people don't miss you. They miss what you did for them. It's not love they're grieving. It's their loss of control. The comfort you once gave them is gone, and now they're forced to deal with the emptiness they tried to bury under your sacrifice. But the best part, you didn't leave with anger. You didn't beg. You didn't scream. You just walked out. And that's what haunts them the most. Because silence is the loudest goodbye, and indifference is the most brutal revenge. This isn't just about walking away. This is about reclaiming your power. The power they pretended you didn't have. The power they tried to drain from you. But here's what they failed to understand. A chosen one's power doesn't fade. It evolves. And now they're stuck in the ruins of their own delusion while you rise. And to you, the one who finally walked away, the one who refused to be caged, this is your moment. Whether you've been here from the start or just found your way to this space, know this: you're not alone. This is where the ones who broke free come together. If you're ready to stand firm in your decision, to never look back, and to own the power they never wanted you to realize, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop the number 77 in the comments to mark the moment you chose yourself over them. And now, let's break it down step by step. Trust me, if you're truly one of the chosen, you'll feel it. The pull, the truth, the fire. Stay with me till the end, because by the time we're done, you'll never question your decision again. Number 1, you were there, but never seen. They didn't lose you. They lost the privilege of your presence, and now all they have left is the echo of what they never appreciated. They sit in shock, asking themselves, how could you leave? But the truth is, you were already gone long before you walked away. You were a shadow in the room, a body going through the motions, a voice that spoke only when expected. They didn't notice the fire in your eyes dimming. They didn't see the exhaustion behind your forced smile. They mistook your silence for submission, your patience for acceptance. But deep down, you knew. You were done long before they ever realized it. They assumed you'd always be there because you always were. A constant, a fixture. The one who stayed, no matter how heavy the weight became. They liked it that way. They liked the version of you that gave without limits, sacrificed without question, and swallowed your own needs for their convenience. You were predictable, comfortable, easy to ignore, yet impossible to live without. And that's where they got it wrong. You see, when something is always there, people stop questioning its presence. They forget to check if it's still breathing, if it's still whole, if it even wants to be there. They never asked if you were happy. They never asked if you felt seen. They only cared that you stayed. Because as long as you were there, They never had to face the truth of how little they gave in return. But here's the part that haunts them. You leaving was not sudden. It was inevitable. Every quiet moment where you bit your tongue. Every night you lay awake thinking, I deserve better. Every sigh, every second guess, every forced smile. Those were your silent goodbyes. And they never noticed. Now they sit in disbelief, staring at the empty space where you used to be, finally forced to see what was always there. You were staying out of habit, not love, out of obligation, not belonging. And when a person realizes they were just a duty, not a choice, it shatters them. They want to convince themselves that you changed, that you turned cold. But the reality? You simply woke up. You realized that being physically present while emotionally absent is a slow death. That staying where you don't feel valued is not loyalty. It's self-betrayal. And you refuse to betray yourself any longer. The best part? They thought they had all the time in the world. They thought there'd always be another day, another chance to drain you, to keep you locked in their cycle of neglect and expectation. But they never saw the cracks forming. They never noticed the moment when you stopped caring. And by the time they finally looked up, you were already gone. Now they're left with an empty space they don't know how to fill. And the worst part, they can't replace you. They can find someone new, someone to pour into, someone to give without limit. But it won't be you, because you were rare. You were the light in their dull existence, the steady presence they took for granted. And now that you're gone, their world feels smaller, their air feels thinner, because the person they never truly saw was the only one holding it all together. Let them grieve. Let them sit in their regret. Because this time, you're not coming back. Number 2, they drained your light, then cried in the darkness. They thought your light was infinite, like the sun, but even the sun burns out when it gives too much without rest. They took and took. They basked in the glow of your energy, your warmth, your strength, like it was theirs to use without limit. You were the fire that kept them warm, the steady flame that lit their way, and they never once stopped to wonder what would happen when you had nothing left to give. They thought you'd shine forever, that no matter how much they drained from you, no matter how little they gave in return, you would always be there, bright, strong, unwavering, because that's who you were, right? The one who held everything together, the one who showed up, who solved the problems, who made sure everything was okay, even when you were running on empty. But light is not free. It takes fuel, it takes care, it takes respect. And when those things are missing, even the strongest flame begins to flicker. They never noticed when you started dimming. They were too busy standing in your glow, enjoying the warmth you provided. They never asked if you were tired, never asked if you were okay. And when the fire inside you started to fade, they didn't care, because in their minds, it was your job to shine. But here's what they never understood. Even the brightest light will go out if it's never fed. And now, they sit in the cold, wondering where you went. They miss the way you brought clarity to their chaos, the way you made everything easier, the way you softened the blows life threw at them. But let's be real, they don't miss you. They miss the comfort you provided. They miss the safety net you represented. They miss the convenience of having you there to fix what they refused to face. Now, they're stumbling in the dark, trying to find a replacement. But there is none, because you're light. It was never something they could own. It was something you chose to share. And when they failed to appreciate it, when they failed to protect it, you took it back. Now, they finally see your worth. But it's too late. You're gone. And this time, they'll have to figure out how to navigate the darkness without you. Number 3. You shattered the cage they built for you. They didn't fear losing you. They feared you realizing you never needed them in the first place. They built a cage around you, but they didn't call it that. No, they wrapped it in pretty words: love, loyalty, duty. They made it seem like safety, like protection. But the truth? It was never about keeping you safe. It was about keeping you small. They needed you predictable, manageable, easy to control. A piece in their carefully crafted puzzle, something that fit neatly into their world without disrupting it. You were never meant to think beyond the walls they placed around you. You were never supposed to question the limits they set. But you did. At first, it was just a feeling, a tightness in your chest, a whisper in the back of your mind telling you, this isn't right. And for a while, you ignored it. You told yourself this is just how things are, that maybe if you shrank yourself just a little more, you could make it work. Then, one day, something shifted. Maybe it was a single moment of clarity. Maybe it was 1,000 little moments of disrespect, of dismissal, of feeling unseen. But suddenly, the cage wasn't invisible anymore. You saw it for what it was, a prison disguised as a home. And once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. So you started pushing, testing the walls, taking up more space, becoming who you were meant to be. And that's when the panic set in. They saw you changing, growing, refusing to be contained, and they hated it. Not because they loved you, but because they loved controlling you. Now they're in shock, calling you selfish, ungrateful, even cruel. But let's be clear, you didn't leave them. You left the version of yourself that fit inside their cage. You left the silence, the smallness, the endless need for their approval. And the final bitter truth? They can't follow you. They were never willing to grow, never willing to break their own chains. So now, all they can do is watch as you rise, knowing that they never had the power. You were just waiting to take it back. Number 4, their power over you was an illusion, and you broke it. Control isn't real power. Real power is walking away and watching them fall apart without you. For so long, they played the game well. They wrapped their control in pretty words: concern, loyalty, love. But, make no mistake, it was never love. It was power disguised as care. Every decision you made was quietly influenced. Every boundary you set was blurred just enough to keep you trapped. And every time you doubted them, they fed you just enough validation to keep you coming back. They believed they had you locked in, convinced that you would always seek their approval, that their opinions could sway your path. They thought you needed them. That belief, that was their safety net. That was their illusion of power. And the moment you walked away, you ripped it to shreds. They weren't prepared for this. They thought you would stay tied to them forever, bound by guilt, by obligation, by the fear they planted in you. They miscalculated. They underestimated you. Because the moment you realized that their power over you only existed as long as you allowed it, it was over. You didn't leave in anger. You didn't leave for revenge. You left because you outgrew the lies. You saw through the manipulation, the guilt trips, the mind games. You stopped bending, stopped shrinking, stopped second-guessing yourself to fit into their world. You reclaimed yourself. And that was the most dangerous thing you could have done in their eyes. Because now they have to face the one truth they never wanted to accept. Without you, they are powerless. They're scrambling now, lost in a world where you no longer play by their rules. They're trying to process what happened, but deep down, they know the truth. The grip they had on you was never real. It only worked because you let it. And now that you're gone, their empire of control has collapsed into nothing. They sit there in disbelief, asking themselves, how did this happen? But the answer is simple. They built their power on the illusion that you would never leave. And you just proved them wrong. Number 5. The black hole they can't escape. Some losses are temporary. Others leave scars so deep, nothing grows there again. Your absence isn't just noticed, it's felt. When you left, it wasn't just a goodbye. It was a rupture, a tear in the fabric of their world. The kind of absence that doesn't just fade with time. It lingers, it echoes, it haunts. They thought they could move on, replace you, patch up the gap with someone new. But some spaces, they can't be filled. You weren't just someone in their life. You were the glue, the steady force that kept everything from crumbling, the one who made sense of chaos, who brought light into their dull existence. You were the quiet foundation, the overlooked constant. And now that you're gone, that foundation is gone too. They never saw you that way before. You were just there, like air, unnoticed until it's missing, like gravity, never questioned until the fall. They assumed you'd always be around, that no matter how much they ignored you, used you, overlooked you, you'd still show up, still pour into them, still hold it all together. But now they're choking on the emptiness. Your absence is loud. It rings in every awkward silence, in every mistake they can't fix, in every hollow moment where something just feels wrong. They try to drown it out, to cover it up with distractions, with substitutes, with empty reassurances that they'll be fine. But they won't, because deep down they know the truth. They lost something irreplaceable. They don't just miss you. They miss the version of their life that worked because of you. The moments that were easier because you carried the weight. The days that felt smoother because you kept things together. Your energy, your presence, your vision. It wasn't just an addition to their world. It was the thing keeping it from falling apart. And now they're left with nothing but the cold realization that they had something extraordinary, and they ruined it. They thought they'd be fine without you, that life would go on seamlessly, that someone else could step in, take your place, fill the space. But what they're realizing, slowly, painfully, is that your absence isn't just a gap. It's a wound, one that won't heal, one they can't ignore, one they'll be forced to live with day after day, as a reminder of what they lost when they let you go. Number 6. They fed off your strength. Now they're starving. They didn't love you. They loved the way you held their world together while yours was falling apart. They fed off your resilience like it was endless, like you were some unshakable force put in their life to absorb every storm they refused to face. When their lives spiraled, they ran to you. When their emotions crashed, they leaned on you. When everything was chaos, they turned to you to fix it. You were their foundation, their shelter, their quiet savior. But they never stopped to ask, who was holding you up? You made it look effortless, didn't you? You carried their burdens with a calm face, swallowed your struggles in silence, and kept things running smoothly no matter how much it drained you. And because you never broke, they assumed you never would. That was their mistake. They mistook your endurance for duty, your patience for permission. They thought your strength was something they could use, rather than something you needed to protect. But resilience isn't infinite. It isn't a well that never runs dry. You gave, and you gave, and you gave, until there was nothing left. And when you finally walked away, when you finally chose yourself over them, they didn't just lose a person. They lost their safety net. Now, the cracks are showing. The weight of their dysfunction is no longer hidden beneath your quiet sacrifices. The same people who dismissed your struggles now find themselves gasping for air, drowning in the very chaos you once managed for them. And they don't know what to do, because without you, the mess is undeniable. They thought they could depend on you forever, that you would always be there, no matter how little they gave in return. They never imagined a world where they'd have to stand on their own. But now they have no choice. They are finally being forced to deal with their own wreckage, the one you shielded them from for far too long. Let them panic, let them struggle, because for the first time, they're seeing what life looks like without the one person who held it all together. And this time, you're not coming back to save them. Number 7, they can copy you, but they can't replace you. A copy will always fade, while the original remains untouchable. They thought they could replace you, that someone else could fill the space you left, that your presence was just another role to be played, another script to be followed. But they were wrong, dead wrong, because when you left, you didn't just take your body. You took the one thing they could never recreate, your authenticity. They can try to mimic your words, repeat your actions, even attach themselves to someone who vaguely resembles you. But they're learning the hard way. Authenticity isn't something you can fake, rent, or steal. It's either in you or it's not. And that's where they're drowning. See, they built their world on illusions, on pretending, on pleasing, on bending to fit whatever mold made them feel accepted. But you were different. You spoke what you meant, and you meant what you spoke. You saw things others ignored. You refused to be anything but yourself. That scared them, that challenged them, and instead of rising to meet you, they chose to take from you. Now that you're gone, the cracks in their world are showing. The forced laughter, the shallow conversations, the empty gestures, it's all hollow. No matter how hard they try, they can't recreate what made you special. Because what you brought wasn't just energy, it was depth. And that can't be copied. They're scrambling now, filling their time with distractions, with stand-ins, with anything that numbs the realization creeping into their minds. You were one of one. The connection you gave, the presence you carried, the fire in your words. It wasn't just valuable, it was irreplaceable. And the worst part? They know it. They might try to act unbothered. They might surround themselves with noise to drown out the silence your absence left behind. But deep down, they feel it. They feel the void where your authenticity used to be. The raw, unfiltered realness that made everything around you matter. And no matter how much they pretend, that truth will haunt them. Because at the end of the day, they didn't lose just a person. They lost the only real thing they had. Number 8, our absence is their mirror, and they can't look away. The cruelest truth is not being abandoned, it's realizing you were the reason someone left. You walking away wasn't just a loss to them, it was a brutal awakening. They thought they could handle life without you, but the moment you left, everything changed. Not just because you were gone, but because your absence held up a mirror they were never ready to face. They always saw you as the one who would stay, the one who would clean up their messes, smooth over their mistakes, and hold up their fragile world while they took you for granted. But the second you walked away, they were left staring at the cracks they ignored for so long, the ones you were holding together. They leaned on your strength so they wouldn't have to build their own. They used your wisdom to cover up their own poor decisions. They relied on your kindness to excuse their selfishness. As long as you were there, they could deflect, distract, and pretend. But now the silence screams, Now the empty space exposes everything. Without you, the truth is undeniable. Your departure forced them to ask the questions they were never ready to face. Why didn't I appreciate them when I had the chance? Why did I push them so far that they had no choice but to leave? But the hardest question of all, what does it say about me that someone so loyal, so giving, so rare, decided I wasn't worth staying for? That thought, it's poison, because it's one thing to be abandoned, it's another to realize that you earned it. You were their shield, the buffer between them and their own flaws. And now, with no one left to cover their mistakes, their reflection is unforgiving. The toxic cycles they thought they could run forever, laid bare. The manipulation they used to control you, useless now. The illusion of power they held over you, gone. And the worst part, it's too late to fix any of it. They lost the best thing they had, and every single day they are haunted by one unshakable truth. They were the reason you left. Number 9. They gambled on your guilt and lost everything. The moment you stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself is the moment they lose their last weapon against you. They thought they had you locked in, not by force, not by words, but by guilt. They built their control around the idea that you would always feel obligated to stay, to keep giving, to keep sacrificing, even at your own expense. They counted on the fact that no matter how much they drained you, you'd never have the heart to leave. They played their roles well. The emotional weight they placed on your shoulders was never loud or obvious. No, it was a quiet, calculated pressure, a contract you never signed, but were always expected to uphold. They made you feel like walking away was selfish, like choosing yourself was some kind of betrayal. Every time you considered leaving, they fed you the same poison. After all I've done for you, you wouldn't just leave me like that. I thought you cared. And for a while it worked. You second-guessed yourself. You stayed when you should have left. You gave when you had nothing left. You let their expectations dictate your life, because they convinced you that love, friendship, or loyalty meant putting yourself last. But then something shifted, a quiet moment of clarity, a realization so sharp it cut through all the noise. The only person you were betraying was yourself. You finally saw the game for what it was. The guilt they used against you was nothing more than a leash, a tool to keep you small, to keep you available, to keep you under control. And the moment you understood that, everything changed. You left. No hesitation, no looking back, no apologies. And that broke them. Not just because you were gone, but because they lost the grip they thought they had on you. They weren't prepared for you to walk away without guilt eating you alive. They never thought you'd wake up and realize that loyalty without reciprocity is nothing more than self-destruction. Now, they sit there, replaying it over and over, trying to make sense of how you slipped through their fingers. But they fail to see the truth. They never had you in the first place. They only had your guilt. Number 10. You were their comfort. Now, you're their wake-up call. Some lessons are learned in whispers, others in the deafening silence of someone who's never coming back. They thought they had time to push you aside, time to take you for granted, time to play their mind games and assume you'd always be there to clean up their mess. But time just ran out. Your departure wasn't just a goodbye. It was a siren blasting through their delusions, a wrecking ball slamming into their false security. They never imagined a world where you weren't waiting in the background, always ready to forgive, always willing to sacrifice. And now they're drowning in the consequences of their own arrogance. Every misstep they made, every choice they neglected, every moment they ignored your worth, It all comes crashing down on them. They're waking up, but it's too late. They took and took, assuming you'd always have more to give. They thought they could dismiss your pain, brush aside your needs, and still keep you tied to them. They assumed you would bend forever, never realizing that one day you would break free. Now, your silence is their loudest punishment. They look around and feel the emptiness where you used to be. They try to reach for you, but you're gone. And every single day, they're haunted by what they lost. The comfort of knowing you'd always return. Gone. The certainty that they could always get one more chance. Gone. The belief that you needed them more than they needed you. Completely shattered. They can't escape it. They can distract themselves, fill their time with noise, surround themselves with temporary replacements, but nothing feels the same. Because you weren't just another person in their life. You were the anchor, the balance, the force that made things work. And now they have to sit in the wreckage of their own making. What stings the most? They did this to themselves. They had something rare, something extraordinary, and they let it slip through their fingers. And now, every second without you is a painful reminder of just how badly they failed. But you're done being their lesson. Let them wake up alone, because you're never looking back. Number 11, you were the fire in their grey world. The rarest kind of pain is realizing you lost the only spark that made your world feel alive. They surrounded themselves with the average, the predictable, the safe, a dull existence where everything stayed the same until you walked in. You weren't just another person in their orbit. You were the exception, the force of nature that disrupted their comfort, the fire that exposed the cracks in their mediocrity. You made them feel something real, something they were never brave enough to chase on their own. Without even trying, you shook their world. Your energy, your ambition, your authenticity, it all stood in stark contrast to the stagnant routine they had built around themselves. You reminded them, without saying a word, that life is more than just existing. You were proof that something extraordinary was possible, and that terrified them. Because here's the truth, people like them don't want to rise, they want to remain. They crave stability, even if it means settling for less. They talk about greatness, but refuse to do the work to achieve it. And you were living proof of what was possible. You weren't just a presence in their life, you were a mirror, reflecting everything they could be, if only they had the courage to try. But instead of rising to meet you, they resented you for it. It's easier to hate the fire than admit you're afraid of burning. They liked keeping you close, because it made them feel like they had access to something greater. But deep down, they knew they would never match your hunger, your drive, your relentless need to evolve. So they did what people like them always do. They tried to dim you, contain you, make you smaller so they wouldn't have to grow. And now that you're gone, the illusion is shattered. They thought they could slip back into their routine, their comfortable mediocrity, their safe little world. But something is missing now, something they can't replace. The space you once filled is now a gaping hole, a reminder of everything they ignored, everything they could have been, and everything they will never become. They didn't just lose you, they lost their only chance at more. And now they're left to sit in the emptiness, haunted by the truth that they had the extraordinary in their hands, and they let it slip away. Number 12. They wanted to own you, not free you. They never loved you, they loved controlling you. And when you broke free, their world crumbled. They never truly valued you. They valued owning you. You weren't a person to them. You were a piece in their puzzle, a character in their carefully crafted story. Your presence made their life easier. Your energy kept their world spinning. But your freedom, your right to choose, that was never part of the deal. They never thought you would leave, because to them, you weren't supposed to. You were supposed to stay exactly where they placed you, bending, adjusting, and shrinking to fit their expectations. They mistook your kindness for obedience, your patience for permanence. You being there was their comfort, their stability, their certainty. So they never imagined a version of life where you were no longer at their command. But what they never understood is this: you were never meant to be owned. For too long, they operated under the illusion that you would always prioritize their wants over your own, that your boundaries were just suggestions, that your loyalty meant self-abandonment. They convinced themselves that your identity was flexible enough to be shaped by their hands, and they liked it that way, because as long as you played along, they never had to face the truth. They never truly respected you. And just like that, their illusion shattered. Because your leaving wasn't just about walking away. It was about rejecting the cage they put you in. You ripped up the unspoken contract that said you had to give, that you had to tolerate, that you had to stay small so they could feel big. And when you walked out, you took something with you, the power they thought they had over you. Now they're left with a brutal truth. The version of you they loved never even existed. It was a projection, a construct they built in their mind. And the real you, the one who refuses to be controlled, the one who walks away without looking back, that's the you they never wanted to see. They don't grieve your absence. They grieve the loss of control, the loss of ownership, the loss of their ability to shape you to fit their needs. And that is what haunts them the most. Number 13, you left without begging, and that terrifies them. Some doors don't slam. They close quietly without a sound, because the loudest message is the one delivered in silence. They expected a scene. They thought you'd cry, beg, or leave them with one final plea for validation. But instead, you did the one thing they never prepared for. You simply walked away. No apologies, no explanations, just a quiet, unshakable decision that left them standing in the wreckage of their own illusion. They thought they had time to keep you under their control, time to manipulate, to guilt, to convince you to stay just a little longer. But what they failed to understand is that your patience was never weakness. It was a countdown. And when the final second ran out, you left without a trace of hesitation. Your departure wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about making a statement. It was about something much bigger, self-respect. You didn't need permission to leave. You didn't ask for their understanding. Because when you know your worth, you don't negotiate it. You don't lower yourself for people who never saw your value in the first place. And now they are haunted by the finality of it all. Because for the first time, they are realizing that their power over you was never real. It was an illusion, one that only worked because you allowed it. The moment you chose yourself, the entire game collapsed. They called you selfish. They said you were heartless. But what they really mean is, how dare you choose yourself over us? Because the truth is, they were never afraid of losing you. They were afraid of losing control over you. And now that they have, they are left with nothing but the mess they created. Your silence? It's the loudest thing they've ever heard. Because you didn't just leave a space. You left a void filled with every truth they refused to face. They see it in every empty moment, every unfinished conversation, every reminder that the person they once relied on is never coming back. They thought they were the ones in control. They thought you needed them. But now they're realizing something much harder to swallow. You were the one holding everything together. And now that you're gone, their world is unraveling, piece by piece. And you're finally free. Free to be everything they never let you be. Free to build a life where you don't have to shrink to fit someone else's small world. Free to become unstoppable. And just like that, it's over. Not just your presence in their life, but their illusion of control, their comfort in knowing you'd always be there. They never thought you'd leave, and now they can't believe it's final. But you know the truth. This was never a loss for you. It was your awakening. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop 77 in the comments to mark the moment you chose yourself. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the chosen ones don't just survive, we rise.